three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Everybody, welcome to Teaching Crypto. We are back. AZcrypto, MrFOMO. Exciting show here for you. Big time show because, as they say, this is a golden opportunity to get in before things go insane in the next couple months, MrFOMO.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned golden. I put it in the title. Bitcoin just hit a golden cross this week on the weekly chart. And so what that means is the larger simple moving average has moved above the lower moving average or the 50-week moving average. And so that signals a bullish turn in the market. And so this may very well be the time to start scooping up some of these altcoins and some Satoshis, because if this golden cross is signaling the bull run is kicking off, then you're running out of time to accumulate. And so this little period, like you said, is a golden opportunity to accumulate not only BTC, but your other projects as well, because we very well could be at the launch point. We know that the month before the halving is going to be hot. It always is. There's plenty of reason for that. The miners are going to be hoarding their BTC, knowing that they're going to be cut off from or cut in half on their rewards coming up soon. And so I have a feeling that you're going to see this market turn around, and it's going to turn around fast when it does. And so to me, this is a perfect accumulation period.
By the way, hit that like and store available. Anyone can help us, even by just sharing the show, is greatly appreciated. Yeah, there are people waiting for 40K, 38K, and it might happen, but I'm going to warn everybody, the alts might start running before BTC bottoms out. We saw that in the mini bear in the last bull run here. If you remember, that lasted a couple months, and during that time, some of the alts started running early. And so if you're trying to scoop up Solana at 80, and I was hoping it would go down there, it never quite made it. It made it to 90, and this morning, for example, it's back up to 100. And so that's what you got to understand is, if you're waiting for the perfect time right now to scoop these altcoins up, there might not be a perfect time. The best strategy might be MrFOMO, and as I'm talking, it's going up right now. It was at 100 when we started the show. The best strategy might be to DCA. So if you do buy right now Solana a little over 100, and it does go down to 90 or 85, you can continue to put a little more in, not financial advice, because this thing is going to hit 150 or higher, most likely in March. So even if you buy now and over the next 3 or 4 days, you see some downward action, don't get shaken out. Don't get dissuaded. You're eventually going to come out on top. And I think that'll be our next show is, what are the best opportunities right now based on what's been accumulating, what's shown strength, because you can't expect this to last till March. I'm going to say that right now. These opportunities will not last until March. You will see some coins run in January and February before BTC completely recovers. And it's not that big of a recovery, right? We hit 49.
Yeah, it hasn't fallen that far.
It could be back to 49 in days. Now, I don't think it'll happen this week. I think we're a couple weeks away at least. My prediction is not until February at some point, early February. But would it shock me if Bitcoin recovered before February 1st? Absolutely not.
Yeah, and I mean, especially with the indicators that we have that are showing that I mean, the golden cross one is one that you look for. And so seeing that indicator, knowing that the halving is coming up at the beginning of April, you're starting to see the stars align. Everything is lining up for Bitcoin and crypto. And to be honest with you, you mentioned DCAing. This is the perfect time for DCA, when the market is uncertain prior to the bull run. That way you can accumulate more in each of your bags and be ready for that takeoff event there in March and April.
Yeah, and I'm really confident that this spring is going to be huge. not only for Bitcoin, but some of the altcoins that we've talked about. And so again, this is when you have your list. We talked about the ones that you want to have in 2004. We mentioned Solana, we mentioned Engine, we mentioned Chainlink. Some of those are already starting to show strength. Now, would I be shocked if we got a lot of chippy and downward action over the next couple of weeks? No. But again, the timing of getting the perfect time to buy these is almost impossible. Now, huge if, Mr. FOMO, there's a day where Bitcoin plummets to, let's say, 39 or 38K, then that would be a huge golden gift at that point. But you
Well,
can't.
that's the idea behind DCA is it's down now, and so you pick up a little bit now. If it goes down again, you pick up a little bit again.
Mhm.
And then the anticipation is, and not just the anticipation, but the data and the statistics and the cycles show that we're just around the corner from some explosive growth.
Yeah,
So
and 38 would be 38. I think would be if you're trying to catch Bitcoin's lowest price. I think 38 would be your best case scenario for the bears.
and I mean,
And I
if
don't
it
see
gets
it.
down there, and I see it wicking down there, I don't see it staying down there
No,
for very
no.
long. So set your buy orders.
No, if it gets below 40, I think it'll be within 24 hours. It's back up, and that would be a nice springboard actually, because I like I said, 90 is my conservative prediction for this year, but I do anticipate before the halving we'll be well above 50K. I don't know if we'll make it to 60K. It'll be 53, 54, but I, I think you're gonna see happen in February some point, and then into March is it might get rejected a couple times around 49 to 50. That's where there's probably a lot of resistance, a lot of sell orders. But once it gets over 50, now you're going to see some really nice action. And once we establish 50 as a line of support, look out. Like I said, right now, if you bought Bitcoin today, not financial advice, just Bitcoin, which is the most safest thing you could do, you're going to get a 2x in my opinion. Actually, over a 2x because we're at 42. So, just think about it that way. That's all I'm saying.
And you're talking about a 2x inside of a year. And so
Oh yeah, I think by this, I
you're
think
not
late
looking at any
summer.
other market aside from the crypto market and looking at the biggest asset in that market and getting a 2x inside of a year. So
I think, and I
this,
don't think
this
90K is
market
where we
is
end
about
either.
to get hot. And I don't know, there's some people probably watching this who haven't been through a crypto bull run before. And so they're nervous when they see the market turn down like this. But we have to remember that volatility is a bad word on the downside. It's going to be an awesome word on the upside. So in these times, knowing that the market's going to come back, knowing that even these big names in traditional finance, TradFi, are saying that Bitcoin is here to stay. It's one of those things where people say, "Oh, it's not a safe bet. Crypto is not a safe bet. It could be gone tomorrow." Bitcoin's not going to be going anywhere. So if
No,
you haven't been through a bull run before, start accumulating. Not financial advice. Do your own research, but start accumulating once you get comfortable with it during these downward turns. And you're going to see positive action all the way through this bull run, and you'll be able to take some decent profits, even if you just go with Bitcoin, just the biggest asset.
yeah, and that's playing it conservatively. Solana this year, I expect to be well over 200. By the way, just conservative as well. So again, if you buy it at 101.62 and it goes down to 90, it's really not the end of the world here. So just think about this. You have time now to act. How long? No one knows, right? I would be shocked. I agree. I would be shocked if March is not explosive. I would be shocked. In fact, I expect it to start happening in February. And January is just a bit unknown. I think you're going to see some things do well and some things kind of go sideways and some things continue to go down. But I don't think you can hold Bitcoin down for long. One person tried to say 6 months, impossible. It's not going to happen during a bull run, guys. 6 weeks would be really even surprising to me. We had 6 weeks of downward and sideways action. I just don't see it. I think a little bit after Super Bowl time, after Valentine's Day, mid-February, you're going to start seeing coins really move. And then March, big move in March for altcoins and Bitcoin. Then you might have another little bit of retrace, but during the early summer, but late summer, fall, and into winter, you're going to see some great action. Remember, crypto never goes straight up. But if you buy something right now, I can't imagine, not financial advice, over the next 6 to 8 months, you're not going to be extremely happy as long as you're willing to take profits. And
And
so
I mean, there is some reason to believe that this is sort of a manipulated uh, downturn, right? There was Grayscale selling off their BTC. There were a couple other companies after the ETF launched. I mean, here I'll share. Trump's boy Mooch was on, and he said that I don't know why it's not sharing. But he said that the Grayscale sales helped fuel the Bitcoin decline. And so to me, when I see Grayscale selling as soon as the news that the ETF is launched hits, I'm thinking that this is TradFi hoping a bunch of people FOMO in so that they can take profits, wait till the price falls again, then jump back in. These aren't stupid people, so they know that this is what happens in the crypto market. They didn't get into Bitcoin and launch a Bitcoin ETF because they're ignorant to what Bitcoin does. They know that people are going to FOMO in when they hear that news. They know that most of the crypto market is buy the rumor, sell the news. They knew that that was going to happen, just like we told you a couple weeks ago before this happened. That was going to happen. There was going to be a downturn after the ETF launched. And so they knew all of these things were going to happen. So when the ETF launched, they knew they were at the top. They went ahead and sold off a bunch right then. They're going to wait until this settles down a little bit more. They're probably already looking to buy back again. And so I just don't see these folks as being as naive, and I don't see that Grayscale Bitcoin sale as a mark that the market's going to turn around, or that excuse me, that the market's going to fall, or that they don't have any faith in Bitcoin. I think that they're just playing the market. I think that they understand how it works. They're playing it, and if you're not playing it the same way, then you're missing out.
I want to leave our viewers with something, a coin that I'm watching to see if it goes further down. Not all the coins are going to act the same over the next 4 to 5 weeks. I want to see if Cardano goes below 50 cents or at 50 cents, because I do think that is a tremendous opportunity for a quick flip in the month of February. Because we've talked about this before. If you're new to the show, when Cardano moves, it usually moves very quickly. Now, this month, it had gotten up to 68 cents. So if we can get it below 50 cents here, Mr. Foreman, in the next 7 to 10 days, and you're not financial advice able to hold it, and it might not undo anything for the next 4 weeks, but week 5, it might go to 90 cents.
Pop off. Yeah, this is one of those feast or famine coins, right? Like those of you that play fantasy football, you have a few of these guys on your team every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Either put up 0 points or they put up 30 points. This is one of those coins that will do the same kind of thing. It's not going to always get you gains, but when it gets you gains, it's going to run hard.
So if you buy this,
news though, so usually they've got some news coming up, and it pumps hard because of that. But when the bull runs here, all that goes out the window, and so you could see this run just based on the bull run being here. And last bull run, this thing sat at $1 forever. We were making fun of it. People were making fun of it as the best stable coin in the market. And so even if it just gets back to $1, you're talking about almost a 2x. But we saw this thing over $3.
I'm looking for this to maybe go a little bit deeper into the red, maybe into the 49, 48 cent range over the next week. And that's where I'm kind of looking, if it does get down there, as a great accumulation price, right? And I think this one you talked about, when this moves, it's usually a 24-hour period. So you got to be ready and you got to be alert. But
and we talked about this one earlier in the year when it was like in the 20s.
25
cents. This is an easy 4x from here. So if you were picking up Cardano back then, you are already in the green, even with this downturn. You're not even sweating this downturn now. And again, that's the idea of buying in the downturns. You'll get a pump and then it'll drop again, but it won't come near your purchase price.
Again, so this is not something I would hold during the entire bull run, to be brutally honest, at all. But there are periods where it's really struggling and struggling for a while that you'd want to get it, because when it does move, it's usually a significant move. And again, if I can get it at 48 cents in about a month or maybe 5 weeks, if I can sell it for 90, I really have to consider that a great opportunity. Again, not financial advice, but keep it here for more of these.
Well, that's
More
the
of these
best
shows
community in crypto. That's the best community in crypto. They've got, loads of money locked up in total value locked. You've got, it's just one
I
of
don't
those
know if
ones
it's.
that you
I'm
can't
going to play
really
devil's
ignore.
advocate. I don't know if it's the best community anymore. I don't think it's got the same.
It's one of the best easily, and they will jump behind it once this bull run
They'll make a
starts.
run. It's not dead. It's not dead.
Right.
It's not dead
I'm going
yet.
to give you one too. Since you gave us one, I'm going to show one that I want people to keep an eye on. I haven't done much research on this one, but I'm hearing a lot about it online. I'm seeing a lot about it, and that one is Mantle. And so it's a layer 2, but they have a modular design, which makes them a little bit faster than others. And so this is one that, it spiked this morning a little bit, but this is one that a lot of people are talking about. It's made a lot of noise. It's one that I hadn't heard about until maybe a couple of weeks ago, and it's number 40 on the list, or at least I hadn't been really looking at it. It has a big market cap at 2 billion, but these ones that are making noise, like we talked about with Cardano, ones that have communities, ones that have people behind it, ones that have people on social media, on X, on YouTube that are talking about it, those ones will move, even if it's just for a short period of time. So take a look at Mantle. I think this might be one that we talk about a little bit more during this bull run. And if it is, you might want to have it in your bag.
Yeah, it's a newer token, circulating supply 3.1 billion. Don't love it, but we've got to be open-minded that there are a lot of new projects that are going to take away steam from the old projects from the last bull run. So I like that selection. All right, guys, stay with us all week. We're going to have great content coming for you. Thank you so much. Hit that like, hit that share button. Support us any way you can. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, everybody. See you later.
See you.